Yes, I have concerns. I am a Liverpool fan, and I have concerns with this version of Liverpool, and really for the long-term success of Arne Slot's reign at Liverpool. Now, I want to be clear. I am trying not to be reactionary after our loss to Fulham, okay? This is not just about the loss to Fulham. This is about kind of the season as a whole, and in particular, the last month and a half for Liverpool. So, first and foremost, I want to look at why Slot is not seeing the obvious, right? I have seen almost every kind of fan interaction in, Twitter and YouTube comments, and there's a group chat that I'm in with a lot of Liverpool fans, and I think a lot of smart Liverpool fans that are all saying the same thing. Why is Arne Slot not rotating his squad? Why is he not using the talent he has on his bench? There's a lot of talent there. And why does he continue to try what is failing now so often? When the season started and Arne Slot seemed to be the halftime magician, right? He would come in, he would make tactical changes, he would make personnel changes, and those things would work, and Liverpool would win the game. And honestly, that has largely still happened up until this Fulham result. But as we know, over the last 6 weeks, we have dropped out of 3 competitions. We dropped out of the FA Cup, we dropped out of Europe, and we dropped out of the Carabao Cup in the final, losing to Newcastle in what was a very uninspiring performance. And I think you could say that about the last 6 weeks in general. It's been very uninspiring. Liverpool are on the verge of winning Premier League title number 20. And there's just a lot of issues, it feels like. And, I'm wondering if this is too big for Slot. Now, honestly, I don't think it is. I am not there yet. I don't want to criticize Arne Slot for all the issues in the squad right now and all the issues in the team, all the issues that we've seen over the last 6 weeks. This is exactly what happened last year with this squad under Jurgen Klopp. And I think there are just some bigger issues here than Arne Slot. I think there is I just think there's a big issue that's kind of running through this core group of players. I think, we're going to get to that later, but this is a big shift for a guy like Arne Slot. He is a smart guy. He's a good manager. He's been successful where he's been before. But the Premier League is the toughest league in the world. And to go from the Dutch league, which is, I think, probably in the top 7, but it's probably number 6 or 7 as far as leagues in the world, to go from the Dutch league to the best league in the world, that's a big shift. It's a big shift. And Arne Slot's winning. He is leading the best league in the world. So I am not trying to diminish what Arne Slot is doing, but there are some really strange decisions being made right now by Arne Slot that it's just baffling to me. And I'm wondering if there's something else going on behind the scenes. But I don't, in answer to this question, I don't think this is too big for him. It's just a question. It's just a question. I'm putting it out there because there's some weird stuff going on. And I think a lot of this comes down to stubbornness. Is there just kind of this outlying foundation of stubbornness in Arne Slot? I wasn't getting that from him at the beginning of the season. I didn't feel like he was too stubborn to change when things needed to change. Like, hey, I got the Kwanzaa start wrong. I'm going to take him off at halftime and put Konate in. First game of the season. First game of the Arne Slot era. And we saw that and we're like, great. Arne Slot kind of admitted he picked the wrong guy and got him off at halftime and the whole game changed. Awesome. Arne Slot can change. We're not seeing that anymore. What has changed with Arne Slot over the past 6 weeks to 2 months? It seems like there's an unwillingness to change, an unwillingness to try new things, an unwillingness to trust new players that he has not trusted before. And by the way, I'm not concerned about the Premier League title slipping out of our hands. I'm really not at this point. We're being chased by Arsenal. We're 11 points clear with 7 to go. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's coming home. Number 20 is here. But I'm more talking about the long-term Liverpool project under Arne Slot. And this stubbornness we're seeing over the past 2 to 3 months. I know I keep changing that time frame, but it really, you go back and you look at the results over the last 2 months, and there have been worrying signs. And this is one of the biggest things. He does not trust his squad. Elliott, when Harvey Elliott comes into the game, he changes the game every time. He's assisting, he's scoring. The chance he had, against Fulham, it was just like, it was just inches off. But who else has done that? Who else did that in that game? Mo Salah didn't do that, I can tell you that much. And there's just, what is it? Why does Arne Slot not trust Harvey Elliott? Why does Arne Slot not trust Federico Chiesa, who scored, the only one to really put in an inspiring performance against Newcastle? Chiesa scored the only goal in a final against. He's a big-time player. He's been on the biggest stages, and you're not utilizing that. It's not about, 3 months ago, I was like, I just don't think Chiesa's fit. I think Chiesa's fit now. I really do. I mean, I've seen the training videos. He looks really sharp. And that's training. It's different when you get into the game. But we know Chiesa's done it on the biggest stages. He's done it in the World Cup. He's done it for Juventus. He's done it in the Champions League. Chiesa's a big-time player. Harvey Elliott's a big-time player. Why are we not utilizing these guys? It just baffles me. I don't understand. And those are just two guys. I think there's others in this squad that have been failed to be utilized by Arne Slot. Here's another thing. We are about to see, there's another video coming about this. We are about to see a massive summer. Our rivals are about to strengthen, perhaps like we have never seen before. City, Arsenal, Chelsea, heck, maybe even Nottingham Forest. They will be spending this summer in a big way. And when you have a Premier League season like this where perennial winners Manchester City are absolutely terrible. They're in a top 4 fight right now, which for them is embarrassing. But you see that. Kevin De Bruyne is going to leave at the end of the season. They are going to spend an incredible, probably 300 million plus. I know they just spent 200 million in the winter, but they are going to spend, because that didn't work, right? It didn't work. What they spent in the winter time didn't work. They are about to spend like no other. Man City will be somewhat back next season. It's going to take time to integrate that. Arsenal should spend. I don't know if they will, but I think they should. I think they need to. They're not winning anything with their current team as is. And then Chelsea, we know that they're going to spend. Manchester United, not too worried about them right now. They're going to spend. There's going to be so much money flooding out of the Premier League to buy players, to bring them in. And that's worrying too, because this season for Liverpool, incredible in the Premier League. It's not going to happen like this next year. It's not going to be this easy. Not that it's been easy for Liverpool, but man, 11 points clear with 7 to go. It's been a wild ride. It's been a great ride. It's been a consistent ride. I'm just saying it might not be this easy next year. Okay. And then finally, perhaps I don't want to place all these issues on Arne Slot, because maybe our squad it just isn't deep enough. I think maybe 4 months ago when we beat Man City, when we beat Real Madrid, when we beat Bayern Leverkusen, maybe that was our peak, and it seemed like, oh man, we actually have a really good squad. It's really deep. And now, we're facing some injuries. Trent Alexander-Arnold's out. Connor Bradley's been out. And we just, I think maybe there's some big gaps that are being exposed. And I've got Andy Robertson's photo there because, I love the guy. He's a Liverpool legend, and I don't think he's been actually that bad. I don't think he was the worst player on the field against Fulham. I don't think, he made one big mistake, one big error. But I just, he has been kind of the face of that, like, hey, I think Andy Robertson just may not be our starting left back next year. And that's okay. It's okay. I don't want to sell him. I just think, there's players like Andy Robertson that probably it's time to find new talent in the team. And I think there's just been some big gaps exposed over the last 6 weeks. So we're winning number 20. That's just clear. It's happening. I have been reluctant to say that up until this weekend, even with a loss to Fulham. Just seeing how Arsenal have kind of given up. We're winning number 20, but why are we so upset? Why are we so, I don't know, kind of uptight about our team right now? And it's because I think there are some concerns. I really do. But at the end of the day, we are winning number 20. And that is incredible. And I don't think we should shortcut that at all, because that is an incredible achievement for Arne Slot in his first season after taking over from a legendary manager like Jurgen Klopp. And by the way, not making a single signing, really, apart from a guy that he doesn't even want to play. That is absolutely ridiculous. We cannot forget about that. We cannot shortchange that. Arne Slot has been really good, really, really good. And I hope that these past 6 weeks have just been kind of a blip on the radar, a blip on the screen, and that Arne Slot will learn from this, and that our club as a whole will get better because of this. And I'm okay if that happens. I am. Because number 20 is happening, and number 20 is coming, and that's the silver lining from this video. I'd love to know what you think. Get your comments in below, and as always, up the Reds.